those of you who are here, who've come to be in space together to welcome Shabbat after our week and all that has happened this week in our personal lives and the wider world, maybe particularly in Israel. So let us bring whatever we need to bring to ourselves to create some degree of calm, an oasis of us just being here. One Shabbat I was away, and already through the window it is dark, and I love that passage of time that we will notice through the year. So if you are all ready, let's stand. We're on page 75, and Zoe will light Shabbat candles for us. Those of you who are at home, this is your moment to light Shabbat candles wherever you are, in your kitchen, your living room, to join us in this hybrid community.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushani b'mitzvotav v'atzivani lahadlikna shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat shalom. Let's sit down as we go straight into Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid Nefesh, Avarakaman, Avarakaman, Meshok Avdecha, Eretz Onecha, Eretz Onecha. Yedid Nefesh, Avarakaman, Avarakaman, Meshok Avdecha, Eretz Onecha, Eretz Onecha. Yaretz Avdecha, Kemo Hayal Yishtakaveh El Mul Hadarecha. Yedid Nefesh, Avarakaman, Avarakaman, Meshok Avdecha, Eretz Onecha, Eretz Onecha.
So before we move to Lachadodi, may I invite you to turn to page 243 for some words from Gunther Plaut, a great rabbi, scholar, who comments and reflects on what Shabbat is for us in our modern contemporary world. If the day is to have any dignity and significance, it must confront one of our greatest curses, which is our internal and external unrest. This unrest arises from two principal sources. First, that we lead a life without goals, and second, that we are involved in competition without end. Shabbat is potentially an enormous relief from and a protest against these basic causes of unrest. Once a week, it provides us with an opportunity to think about who we are, to deal not with things but with persons, with creation and our part in it, with society and its needs, with ourselves as individuals and yet as social beings. We must once again understand that doing nothing, being silent and open to the world, letting things happen inside, can be as important as, and sometimes more important than, what we commonly call useful. Lachadodi you can find on page 91.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, Mipnei Shabbat lekadana. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, Mipnei Shabbat lekadana. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, Mipnei Shabbat lekadana. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, Mipnei Shabbat lekadana. Shalom ateret ba'ala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzola, toch imuni am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha lecha lekrat lekrat kala, Mipnei Shabbat lekadana. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, Mipnei Shabbat lekadana. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, Mipnei Shabbat lekadana. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, Mipnei Shabbat lekadana.
Hope you feel welcomed. Hope we've welcomed Shabbat well for those of you who are at home and here. We're on page 92 as we pull and call each other to prayer.
Baruch et Adonai Amavorach. Baruch Adonai Amavorach leolam va'ed.
Let's sit down. And as we offer this, be aware in English or Hebrew with me, be aware of the passing of seasons, of the changing of the light in the sky, of the season that we move into, and how it affects our sense of being in the world. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'dvaro ma'ariv arvim, b'chochma pater sha'arim, u'v'tbuna mashanei itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'masadeh et hakochavim b'mishmoratehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golelo mipnei choshech v'hoshech mipnei or, u'ma'avir yom u'mevi layla, u'mavdil ben yom u'ben layla, Adonai Tzavaot Shamo, Baruch atah Adonai, Ma'ariv Arvim.
Ahavat olam Israel. Amech Avta, Amcha Avta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofteinu, umeinu nasliach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei toratecha, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. חיינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, ליומם ולילה. אל תעשו ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
So let's try in English to remind ourselves of the miracles that happen in our lives as we remember those of our tradition. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, Eternal One, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You freed us from oppressors, delivered us from tyrants, You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly we accepted your rule. Then, full of joy, we sang together. כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Let's stand for the tefillah, for the Amidah, our standing prayer, page 97.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agidei ladema. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agidei
Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot ve'Imohot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei B'neihem, למען שמו ביהבה, מלך עוזר מושיע מגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, Baruch atah Adonai, Machaye hametim. Kadosh atah v'norah shemecha, ve'en lanu Eloah mibaladecha. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Feel free to sit down.
Shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ברית עולם.
Baruch atah Adonai Makadesh HaShabbat. Eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel. In your love, accept our prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. Baruch atah Adonai she'otecha levadecha b'yirah na'avod. Modim anachnu lach she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzur hayenu magen yishenu, atahu ledor vador, nodeh lecha saper tehilatecha, al hayenu hamsurim biyadecha, v'al nishmotenu hapakudot lach, v'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu, v'al niflotecha v'tovotecha, shebachol et erev v'voker v'tzoharayim. Baruch atah Adonai, Hatov Shimcha Ulacha Na'er Lahodot.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Chasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Chasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Chasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Chasim Leolam.
Adonai oseh hashalom. Praise you, O God, the source of peace. So just a reflection for us all as we take a moment for silent prayer and reflection, and keeping with the notion of the oasis of our Shabbat, and not necessarily inviting the outside world, the political world, the changes and results of election into our Shabbat tonight. I am thinking that this is Parashat Lech Lecha, and when I was a student rabbi, this would be the parasha, meaning sending you out. We would be sent out to different congregations on this Shabbat of Lech Lecha. So it is very fitting that we should welcome two student rabbis, Dea and Shulamit, student Rabbi Dea, student Rabbi Shulamit, to be with us in the congregation tonight. And as always, we are honoured and welcome. Bruchim Abaim to both of you. But for me, this parasha is always meaningful in terms of journeys and in terms of how we understand ourselves in our own lives. Whenever I can, I revert to Aviva Gottlieb Zornberg, one of the greatest Torah commentators that we have, contemporary Torah commentators that we have, because of how she relies on Freud and different writers, and Keats as the veil of soul-making is the way we live our lives. But what she says about this is that it's so interesting that Noah is presented by Torah as being a righteous individual. So he comes with this kind of reference as being a decent person and the right one to build the ark and to take humanity through that stage. Abraham, and we meet him as Avram, comes with no such recommendation. Indeed, he is nothing. Nothing is said about him and his wife Sarai. This is before their name changes. And indeed, the commentators such as Rashi says that first sentence that said to Abraham, Lech Lecha, take yourself, a double inflexive, double noun, take yourself and go on this journey, to move from the place that you've been born to a place that you don't quite know what it is yet. And what Zornberg suggests is that there is a lostness about Abraham. And it's hard not to say Abraham, even though he's still Avram here, that there is a lostness about the two of them at this stage of their life. That actually Nachmanides, another wonderful medieval commentator, Spanish, suggests that honestly, he is lost until he finds himself on the right path and gets himself to the land that he is meant to be, him and his wife Sarai. And that there is this sense that everything that they are doing is a vagrant lostness as they wander around until they find the right thing for themselves. And I love this idea that one can make mistakes, one can be lost, one cannot find oneself, to find one's own message or where one's meant to be going. And the idea, and we're told he's 75 here, that we keep doing that we keep the message of Torah, that we keep there. It is never too late to find a new path that feels right for us. Zornberg quotes Othello wooing Desdemona with his traveller's history, that sense that we all have a past and it is never too late to rethink, even if it isn't movement to a different geographical place, it might be a different way of moving for us. The Zohar, the mystical book in the late Middle Ages, suggests that Lech Lecha is all about movement and transformation. Travel, the Zohar says. Travel in order to transform yourself, create yourself anew. Travel to yourself is the reflexive of Lech Lecha. So as we think of the story of Avram and Sarai, who are told to move now, with the beautiful expression that they're told to take with them all their possessions and the souls that they had made. Anyone else that they'd persuaded to join them on this path of finding this invisible God, of living life in a different way. So perhaps for us tonight, just in the oasis of Shabbat, we think about what is it. So each one of us is invited to think, where are we going? Where is our transformation? Where is our journey? What work do we have to do? What do we shy away from? What do we move towards? Let that be a moment of reflection for us tonight.
son irefi Veillons lui le panecha Adonai turi Adonai turi ve'koani l'rapson irefi ve'egon lui lefanecha Adonai turi ve'goali Adonai turi ve'goali Say shalom Nimrama say shalom aleinu Ve'al kol Yisrael Ve'al kol b'nei Adam Say shalom Nimrama say shalom aleinu Ve'al kol Yisrael Ve'al kol
Let's move to Aleinu, page 520. Yeah, I forgot to tell you to stand up. Aleinu upon us.
Aleinu l'shamea l'adon hakol l'tegeula le'yotzeh bereshit asher sam elkeinu le'yaked et shemo v'kor aleinu le'onik malkuto kor aleinu le'onik malkuto V'anachnu
we turn now to those that we are remembering this Shabbat. We think particularly today of the death of Eric Reich that happened last night, I think, who died this week and whose family will be mourning him, an extraordinary individual. We think also of the yahrzeits that fall this Shabbat. We think particularly of Alan Rawle, husband of Melody Rawle, of Dinah Kafka, mother of Barry Kafka, of Eva Urbach, née Wall, mother of Leslie Urbach, of Giuseppe Navarro, uncle of Renzo Fantoni, of Ivo Zeitman, husband of Anne Zeitman, of Louis Lieberman, father of Jeffrey Lieberman, of Peter Bernstone, father of Kathy Bernstone, of Tilly Benning, mother of Gillian Jay, and of David Phillips, father of Amanda Doyley. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing, and may those who recall and remember and mourn their loved ones be comforted in their loss, as we say the words of the Kaddish with them. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shamei rabbah, Bi'amad Yivrach Hirutei V'yamlich Malchutei, B'hayachon V'yomechon, V'chayei Dochol Beit Yisrael, Magala V'zman Kari V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavorach Le'olam Ameh Maya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ah V'yitromam V'yitnaseh. V'yithada V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Kudusha B'richu. Leila min kol bechata v'shirata, tushbahata v'nechemata, da'amiram b'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, v'hayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, v'yakol b'nei adam, v'imru amen. Let's sit down as Dean shares with us our evening blessing for each other.
Yesimcha Elohim Ephraim v'ki Menashe Yesimeh Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
So if you have your wine, your grape juice, your whiskey, I somehow think maybe the tech team have that. Whatever you have at home, we always rely on Breb to have something interesting to make his kiddush over a Bacardi. But whatever you have, thank you, Katie. Let's stand ready for kiddush. Before we go back to the back of the room and be able to greet each other, you can greet our two student rabbis who aren't here on official Lech Lecha business, but we might nonetheless talk to you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri agafen Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'ma'aseh b'reshit, ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'chata, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone.